Hi all, this is CA Revati Raja, faculty for CA Inter and CA Final Auditing. Today I thought we'll do a capsule of standards on auditing, broadly called as Engagement and Quality Control Standard. I just wanted to revise these standards, what the standard number, what the standard name, and what the standard mainly says about. So, starting with the engagement and quality control standards issued by ICAI, the standards can be broadly divided as 200 series from SA 200 to 299, which deals with general responsibilities of the auditor. 300 series, 400 series, that is from 300 to 499, which deals with audit risk and its response. 500 series from SA 500 to 599, it deals with audit evidence. 600 series 600 to 699, which deals with using the work of others. 700 series from SA 700 to 799, which deals with audit conclusions and reporting. So, starting with the first series, which is 200 to 299. This series from 200 to 299, it deals with general principles and responsibilities of the auditor. The first essay in this series is Essay 200. Essay 200, the overall objectives of independent auditor and conduct of audit in accordance with standards on auditing. In this standard, it mentions the basic principles of auditor, professional skepticism, professional judgment, what the scope of audit is, and also the inherent limitations. So Essay 200 is overall objectives of independent auditor and conduct of audit in accordance with standards on auditing. Once your objectives are established as per Essay 200, we come to Essay 210, where you agree upon the terms of audit engagement. So Essay 210 is agreeing the terms of audit engagement. Here we give a letter to the management called as the engagement letter to have a common understanding between auditor and the management. In case of recurring audits, engagement letter need not be given except when there are some changes. And it also broadly specifies the contents of the engagement letter. So Essay 210, agreeing on the terms of audit engagement. Once we have agreed on the terms of engagement, as per Essay 210, we have Essay 220, which deals with quality control for an audit of financial statements. Basically, quality control has 6 elements. Quality control has basically 6 elements. First one is human resources. Second one is engagement team's performance. Third is acceptance and continuation of client relationship. Fourth one, leadership. Fifth, monitoring. And sixth one is ethical requirements. So as per this essay, a firm for an audit has to establish the quality control. We call it as QC. So Essay 220 is quality control for an audit of financial statements. Once we have established quality control as per Essay 220, we come to the next standard, Essay 230, which deals with audit documentation. Audit documentation is otherwise called as your working papers. So this standard mainly specifies what is audit documentation, why it should be maintained, objective, the factors to be seen while maintaining the audit documentation, types of documentation, and auditor's basic responsibility with respect to audit documentation. Basically, audit documentation is the property of the auditor. So SA 230 deals with audit documentation. Coming to the next essay, SA 240. The auditor's responsibility relating to fraud in an audit of financial statements. This essay basically talks about what is fraud, what are fraud risk factors, what is auditor's objective with respect to these two, and what are the different types of fraud. It also says about auditor's responsibilities relating to fraud which he has found out in the course of the audit. So SA 240 is auditor's responsibility relating to fraud in an audit of financial statements. SA 250 deals with considerations of laws and regulations in an audit of financial statements. Basically, compliance with laws and regulation is the responsibilities of the client. So this essay specifies what are non-compliances, what are the indicators of non-compliances, what is auditor's objective with respect to these, and how auditor responses to non-compliance, auditor's duty. So SA 250 is considerations of laws and regulations in an audit of financial statements. Coming to SA 260, communication with TCWG. Certain circumstances, auditors should communicate with TCWG as well. So this essay specifies what is the objective of communicating with TCWG, the circumstances, the modes affecting communication, and difficulties encountered by the auditor while communicating with TCWG. So SA 260 is communication with TCWG. SA 265, communicating the deficiencies in internal control with those charged with governance and management. If you see 260 and 265, both contains TCWG, but 265 is specific, communicating deficiencies in internal control with TCWG as well as management. So in this essays, it specifies mainly what are the deficiencies in internal control, why the auditor should communicate his objective, and how, mainly the auditor's duty. So SA 265, communicating deficiencies in internal control to TCWG and management. SA 299, joint audit of financial statement. This essay has been revised very recently. So this essay specifies what is joint audit, how the joint auditors plan the audit, how they allocate the work, and how they assess the risk. It also specifies auditor's responsibility in case of joint audit as well as its reporting. So SA 299 deals with joint audit of financial statements. So if you see SA 200 series, we have SA 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 265 and SA 299. Now, going to the next series, 300, 400 series, 300 to 499, essay mainly deals with risk assessment and auditor's response to the assessed risk. Coming to the first standard in this series, essay 300 is planning an audit of financial statement. In this essay, auditor specifies what is the audit strategy, audit plan, audit program. It also contains the purpose of planning, the factors to be seen, and what is auditor's duty as well as contents with respect to planning. So essay 300 is planning an audit of financial statements. Very important essay, essay 315. Identifying and assessing the risk of material misstatement through understanding the entity and its environment. This essay basically says how to identify and assess risk of material misstatement. It also specifies what are the various components of audit risk as well as the components of internal control. Why? Because entity's environment includes internal control also. So SA 315, identifying and assessing the risk of material misstatement through understanding the entity and its environment. SA 320, materiality in planning and performing the audit. As you know, materiality is one of the basic component which auditor has to fix while determining the material misstatement. So this essay tells what is audit materiality, what is auditor's objective, aggregate materiality. We call it as performance materiality. What is the risk and materiality, how it is related, and mainly what are the factors affecting materiality benchmark. So SA 320 is materiality in planning and performing an audit. SA 330, auditors' responses to assessed risk. If you say assessed risk is as per SA 315. In 330, auditor responses to the assessed risk. So SA 330 is continuation of 315 where he will perform further audit procedure to respond to the assessed risk. So SA 330 is auditor's responses to assessed risk. SA 402, audit consideration relating to an entity using service organization. So, what is service organization? It is a third-party organization that provides services to user entity. So, this essay is mainly applicable to the auditor of user entity. This essay specifies mainly how the user entity auditor assess the risk arising from service organization, what are the factors considered, and different types of reports received from service organization. So SA 402, audit consideration relating to an entity using service organization. Coming to the next essay 450, evaluation of misstatements identified during the audit. Misstatement can be in different forms, say valuation, presentation, classification, disclosure. How an auditor evaluates these misstatements, what he does, his objective as well as procedure. So SA 450 is evaluation of misstatements identified during the audit. So if you see 300 to 499 series, you have SA 300, SA 315, SA 320, SA 330, SA 402 and SA 450. Coming to the next series, 500 series, 500 to 599. It deals with audit evidence. Okay, so the first essay in this series is 500. Audit evidence. Auditor has to obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence, where sufficiency refers to the relevance and reasonableness, reliability of audit evidences obtained. The standard specifies what is audit evidence, what are the methods to be used, what are the techniques, how auditor responses to inconsistencies and reliability of audit evidence. So 500, SA 500 is audit evidence. SA 501, audit evidence, specific consideration for selected items. In fact, SA 501 is continuation of SA 500, where in this essay you collect audit evidence regarding 3 selected items, which are inventory, litigation and claims, segment reporting. So SA 501, audit evidence, specific consideration for selected items. SA 505, external confirmation. As you all are aware, External evidence is more reliable than internal evidence. The evidence collected by the auditor is more reliable than evidence collected by the client. Documentary evidence is more reliable than visual evidence or oral evidence. Such evidences which auditor obtains from third party is external confirmation. So this essay specifies what is confirmation, what are the different types of confirmation, what are the factors to be considered, and mainly auditor's procedure, how he obtains external confirmation. So essay 505 is external confirmation. Coming to essay 510, which is initial audit engagement opening balance. In this essay, auditor mainly obtains evidence regarding opening balance if it is an initial audit engagement. So it states auditor's objective as well as the procedure, how he obtains evidence regarding the opening balance. So essay 510, initial audit engagement opening balances. Essay 520, analytical procedure. It's a procedure in which auditor analyzes plausible relationship between financial as well as non-financial information to obtain relevant and reliable audit evidence. So this essay specifies what is analytical procedure, what are the objective, different types of analytical procedure, and factors to be considered. So essay 520 is analytical procedure. Coming to the next essay, essay 530, audit sampling. Audit sampling. The total transaction is called as audit population. From that, based on your judgment, you select a sample. So this essay deals with what is audit sampling, sample design, sample size, sampling risk, and mainly what are the methods or approaches to audit sampling. So essay 530 is audit sampling. Essay 540, auditing accounting estimates including fair value accounting estimates and related disclosures. Accounting estimates are generally made by the management. In this essay, auditor obtains evidence regarding accounting estimate, its reasonableness, and the procedures which are used. Accounting estimates are always, it can be high risk or low risk. So auditor has to obtain evidence regarding accounting estimates. So 540 is auditing accounting estimates including fair value accounting estimates and related disclosures. Essay 550 is relating to related parties. If you know related party transaction, the fraud risk factor is much more. So auditor should be alert, should be skeptical while conducting the audit in obtaining sufficient and appropriate evidence regarding related party. So this essay specifies the procedure for obtaining audit evidence regarding related party. So 550 is related parties. Coming to the next standard, 560, subsequent events. The events which occurs after the date of financial statements. So this essay mainly specifies how an auditor has to obtain evidence, what are the objective, and basically his responsibility. So essay 560 is subsequent events. Essay 570 relating to going concern, one of the another important standards. As you know, going concern is one of the fundamental accounting assumption. Auditor should obtain evidence regarding going concern as well as those events or condition which may cast a significant doubt regarding going concern. It gives a material uncertainty. So this essay specifies the indicators of uncertainty, auditor's procedure, and his basic objective. So essay 570 is going concern. Coming to the last essay in this series, 580, which is written representation. It is a written statement given by management to the auditor to support other audit evidences. Written representation is not a conclusive evidence nor a substitute for other audit evidences received. So, with that, we conclude 500 series dealing with audit evidence. You have SA 500, 501, 505, 510, 520, 530, 540, 550, 560, 570, and 580. So, moving on to the next series, 600 to 699. This series is mainly using the work of others. As auditors, we have to use the work of others while performing the audit. 600. You are using the work of another auditor, where you are the principal auditor. 610. You are using the work of internal auditor, where you are the external auditors. And 620. You are going to use the work of auditor's expert, where you are the auditor. So 600 series tells that auditor may use the work of other provided he will be held solely responsible. So in this series you have 3 essays, 600, 610, 620. Another auditor, internal auditor, auditor's expert. Moving on to the final series, 700 to 799. See, in 200 you have put your responsibilities, 300, 400 you have assessed the risk, 500 you have obtained the evidence, 600 you have used the work of others, and in 700 you give your reporting. So 700 to 799, audit conclusions and reporting. The first standard is SA 700, forming an opinion and reporting on financial statements. It deals with basic elements of audit report, the basic elements, and also contains unmodified, unqualified opinion. In 701, communicating key audit matter in independent auditor's report, where you communicate most significant matter in auditor's professional judgment. Always these matters are selected from those matters which is communicated to TCWG. So SA 701 is communicating CAM, key audit matter in independent auditor's report. 705 is modifications to the opinion in independent auditor's report. If you remember, SA 700 is dealing with unmodified opinion. The 3 modified opinion, that is qualified, adverse, disclaimer of opinion, is in SA 705. So SA 705 is modifications to opinion in independent auditor's report. Coming to the next essay, 706, emphasis of matter para and other matter para in independent auditor's report. So basically this essay is talking about 2 paragraphs, emphasis of matter para, other matter para. In emphasis, you communicate a matter which is properly presented or disclosed in financial statements. Whereas in other matter para, auditor communicates a matter other than those presented or disclosed in financial statements. So SA 706 is emphasis of matter para and other matter para in independent auditor's report. SA 710, comparative information, corresponding figures and comparative financial statements. If you see, current period financial statements will contain corresponding figures and may contain comparative financial statements. So this essay mainly specifies how an auditor deals with comparative information and what are his reporting requirements. So essay 710, comparative information, corresponding figures and comparative financial statements. Coming to the last essay in the series, 720. Auditor's responsibility relating to other information. So what is other information? Any information other than financial statements, and auditor's report. Financials, auditor's report included in entity's annual report. So this essay specifies how an auditor checks the other information and what are his reporting requirements. So if you see 700 series is regarding reporting requirement with essay 700, 701, 705, 706, 710 and 720. Okay. So we have covered from essay 200 to 799, meaning that series till 720. Though not very detailed in our syllabus, roughly I'll be touching upon the other standards. 800 series, 800, 805, 810. It also deals with audit reporting like 700, but 800 series is audit reporting special consideration, like in specific circumstances. So 800 series is audit reporting special or specific consideration. Coming to SRE, it is standards on review engagement. Essay we use while conducting the audit. SRE has to be complied while doing review engagements. Review. SAE, standards on assurance engagement. Like we have SA for audit, SRE for review, SAE for assurance engagement. Assurance means other than audit and review engagements. Coming to SRS, standards on related services. Related services means it is not an audit, it is not a review, nor it is a assurance. It is some other related services. So to conclude, SA has to be followed while conducting audit, SRE while conducting review, SAE while conducting assurance, SRS while conducting related services. And when you do any work, be it audit, review, assurance, related services, you should maintain QC. QC, quality control. So we have the last standard, which is quality control. The name itself tells you everything. The quality control for firms that perform audit, review, assurance, and other related service engagements. So I hope you got a rough idea about the standard name, the number, and very briefly what the standard deals with. So thank you. So if you have any queries or any doubts relating to auditing, you can WhatsApp me in this number or you can send your query to my mail ID. Thank you all. Be safe. Take care.